everyone. I hope you're doing really well and enjoying your summer so far. It's mid-July. We are halfway through the year already, and we're in the middle of a heat wave around here. Every morning, there's an alert on my phone for the air quality or the heat. And so I haven't really been enjoying the outdoors this past week, but I've been taking advantage, enjoying the air conditioning and doing lots and lots of knitting. I'm in love with my current knitting project, which I'm really excited to share with you today. I've also just been really enjoying my time in the studio with work. I'm wrapping up a few things for spring and summer. I'm dreaming ahead to fall and winter stuff. I have a couple of new things coming, some plans. I even ordered my holiday fabric for my holiday project bags this year, which is probably the earliest I have ever found it, let alone ordered it. It's arriving today, but I fell absolutely in love with it. And I did not want to miss out in case it sold out. I think it might be one of my most favorite holiday prints that I have ever used for project bags. So I'm super excited about those. And just lots of things going on in the shop. It's been a really fun couple of months, and I'm looking forward to sharing a few things about the shop with you guys a little bit later. I'm also going to share a bit about a giveaway that I'm doing later on in this episode. But first, I thought I would share what I've been up to, because I've been definitely knitting quite a bit. I've been still doing a little bit of beading, a little bit of reading. I've taken kind of a break with reading. I used to read a lot more, but now that I'm knitting, I think I'm just enjoying that for the moment. But there are tons of sweaters that I keep adding to my dream knitting list, or my queue. And I think I'm actually going to print some photos of those sweaters and put them in a notebook or a journal that I already have. And whenever I finish a big project or a sweater, I'm going to flip through that book and then pick the sweater or the garment that just calls to me at that moment, because I've been really noticing what a difference it makes when you are not trying to push yourself to finish something you may not be in love with. That is not the problem right now. I'm in love with my current sweater project, and I've also been really enjoying my journals and planners again. I kind of tapered off in May and June when things got really busy, but I cracked open the second book for my Hobonichi cousin, because I get the Hobonichi cousin Avec planner, which is split into 2 books for the year. And the second one started July 1st. And so whenever I open up that book, it just feels like a brand new, fresh start. And I've been really enjoying getting back to journaling daily, or almost daily again. I've been trying to take more pictures every day of just everyday things. I've been trying to get out of the house more, do some different things, and it's really nice to just jot down what's been going on in our lives and write down some quotes or lists of things that I'm loving at the moment, and having a little home for those in my journal. So I've been enjoying my work. I've been enjoying all of my making, and I just have a lot that I want to share with you today. I think I'm going to try to film daily vlogs in August, at least for a couple of weeks, like I did last year. I think I called it Vlogust, and I did it for 2 weeks. My plan is to do that again this year, as soon as, or as long as life cooperates, but that's the plan. So I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna pull out my current sweater whip and share just how much I am loving this project with you. I have been almost exclusively working on one sweater this past couple of weeks, with the exception of some sock knitting. I have 3 socks currently on the needles. 2 of them have been giving me grief, and one of them I am on the heel flap. And so I've kind of put them all in a timeout, which is not a bad thing because it's given me lots of time to work on my Ranunculus sweater, which is in this large project bag of mine. This is actually the second Ranunculus sweater that I have made. I made one many years ago when the pattern first came out. It's a pattern by Midori Hirose Knits, I believe. And it is a really beautiful sweater. I've seen so many versions of it on Ravelry and on Instagram. It's a really popular pattern. And I think it's because it's a fun knit. It doesn't take a really long time to knit it. And it's also really wearable. The fit is great. I've worn it with so many different outfits. I've even pulled out my original one to share it with you. And I've also been comparing it to my new one just for the body length to see how long I want to make it. But this is actually my first Ranunculus. This one is made holding a fingering weight yarn with a mohair. They are both from Chelsea Yarns. I can't remember the name of the color, but it's kind of similar to Pink Peony. But I think this one might be like a lavender something. It's really fun to wear this with so many different outfits. This is not a super long version, but it's not cropped, and it's just the short sleeve version. I knew that I wanted to make a longer sleeved version with a gauge that was a little bit tighter, and I had the perfect yarn in my stash that I had been dreaming about, and I think it's working out beautifully. Unfortunately, this yarn is no longer available. It is from Viola Yarns. I got it at a trunk show at her beautiful Farmhouse studio, but she's no longer dyeing yarn anymore. This is a 4-ply fingering weight. The color is Dewdrop, and I'm holding 2 strands together. It's turning into the most beautiful fabric. I'm knitting it on, let's see, a US 10 needle, or a 6, is that 6 or 8? 8 millimeter. This is what it's looking like so far. I'm really enjoying it. I love when you separate for sleeves and you're just working around and around on the body. It's moving so quickly now. I cast on with the wider neckline option. I believe there's 2 options you can do. I did the short row shaping at the back. I did the yoke pattern. I do think I was off a little bit with the eyelet rows, but I still think it looks great. I have separated for the sleeves, and now I am just knitting and knitting. I think I'm very close to starting the rib, but I want it to be a little longer, and I'm also trying to be conservative with my yarn. I just finished the first 2 skeins about 2 or 3 rows ago, and now I'm on the last 2. And I really want to make sure that I have enough yarn to make a 3/4 length sleeve, but I'm not sure if it's going to turn into, actually I wanted to do a bracelet length, which is a little longer. I might have to do a 3/4 length sleeve. I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to finish the body. After I cut the yarn, I'm going to weigh it and make sure that I can just knit as much of a sleeve, only using half of what's left so that I have enough for the last 2 sleeves. Because I really, really want to have a cozy winter or fall winter sweater with this one. It's such a beautiful yarn. It's exactly what I was hoping for. It's a little bit rustic, but it's not itchy, and it has a gorgeous variation in color. It's a beautiful muted like sage green, but there is quite a bit of like a golden kind of brown or tan in there. I think it's so pretty. I've actually got this little progress keeper on here that I'm obsessed with. It's from Soft Spoken, and I picked this up at the Knitting Loft the last time I was there. I believe she has, well, she does have her own website that you can shop, but she's taking a little break for, I think, August while she moves. But these are on the Knitting Loft's website as well, and they are so beautiful. It's like a quilt star. So this project has been so much fun. I'm loving it. I'm trying to focus only on this one because I get very easily distracted with new projects or even with old projects. Every once in a while I will pick up one of my older whips and work on it, and it's kind of like when you shovel the snow in the winter right when the snowstorm starts, and it just keeps piling up and you never get ahead. And so I've been thinking about my knitting that way and just trying to be a little bit more disciplined with what I spend my time on. If I want a finished garment, I need to put in the time. So there are so many other garments that I am dreaming about. It's kind of motivating me to get this one done so that I have it ready for the cooler weather. I think it's going to be really beautiful. The other whips that I've been working on are just socks, but as I mentioned, I have a couple of problems. The first one is on this beautiful sock that I'm knitting with botanical yarn. Do I have the ball band in here? I do. It's Hellebore Orientalis, the Neon Nep sock set from Botanical Yarns. It is really beautiful yarn that came with some minis, but I noticed when I was working on the heel flap that I made a mistake, and so I need to rip back and start the heel flap over, which is fine. That's not a big deal at all, but I just haven't felt like doing it. Instead, I've been working diligently on this gorgeous sock using yarn from Dandelion and Dogwood. It's a sparkle base, so beautiful. And I've been making a ton of progress on the foot, and I looked down the other day and I noticed that there's a dropped stitch. And I feel like that would be no problem to fix, except I feel like somewhere along the way I self-corrected, and so I don't really have a ladder here. So I can either drop a couple columns down or just rip it back. I haven't decided what to do. I'm not the best at correcting this far down. I can pick up a drop stitch and do a few rows, but this one feels buried and I can't quite see where it belongs. So this is a dilemma for another day. And the last sock I'm working on, which I could still be working on, is, let's see, where is it? It is my garden party sock from the Cozy Knitter. I think it's turning out beautifully. This is what it looks like. It's part of the kit that I did with Christina, and I am currently sewing more of the garden party bags that she will be having in her shop in the next couple of weeks or week or two. And I just started the heel flap on this one. So it's not the most exciting part of knitting a sock for me. It's usually where I slow down a bit, but this one is moving along just fine. I've got my little mini here. And I was really enjoying socks for a few weeks. I was constantly picking them up, but once I picked up my sweater and got that one going, and then I ran into problems with those 2 pairs of socks, I decided to just focus on my ranunculus, which is not a bad thing. I'm really, really happy with it. I think I'm going to clean up the mess that I made here and then take you up to the studio to share some of my dream knitting projects when it comes to sweaters. I do have some new yarn I want to share with you, and then I have some shop updates, and I'll fill you in on a little giveaway that I'm going to do. Here's a little peek at my current journal and planner lineup. I have really streamlined things, and I've been mostly using my Hobonichi A5 Cousin and my Hobonichi Weeks. In my Hobonichi Cousin, I started the new July book, so I put some pretty papers on the cover. And I've just been keeping track of things that bring me joy. So in my monthly pages, I've been using some dot stickers to note what I'm knitting, reading, if I'm journaling, what I'm watching, and any home projects. I got this idea from Stephanie from the Journal Diaries on YouTube, and I think it is a really nice way to celebrate the things that you enjoy. And I can look at this at the end of the month and see all of these beautiful, colorful dot stickers and see how I spent my time. I've just been using the weekly pages for work and life, and then I've been really enjoying my daily pages. I still have a little bit to fill in. There were a couple of blank pages at the beginning that I'm trying to put a few things that I can go back to refer to. I still have a little bit here. And then I've just been taking notes of things that are going on in my life, jotting things down that I love, things we're watching, what I'm doing, painted my bedroom, what I'm reading. And sometimes I miss a little bit. I can't keep up, but I just put a little note in there and then I go back. I had a day with my sister and my niece, and so I really wanted to write down a few things about it. So I've got my note there, and I've just started to decorate, but I keep going back and forth. Oh, this page here, I have to share because a huge source of my knitting inspiration lately is Blair on Instagram. Her username is Blair Destro. She is the most inspiring knitter, lovely human being, and she works at the Lamb & Kid. She has the most stunning sweaters, and I'm actually going to be making this one. This is the Nebula by Andrea Mowry. This is on my wish list to make, and so I took a screenshot of her wearing it. And then one of the other ladies in the shop with this beautiful sweater. I've just been really loving kind of simple but colorful sweaters, and I am jotting down anytime I see them. So I've really been enjoying this. This has been nice. I've got Hobonichi covers that I've had in my stash for years. I just went through my little box of covers and rotated them for the season. This is my Hobonichi Weeks, which I also really love. And in here, I started the year calling it my Everything Life Book, but I've added a little bit of wellness so that I could keep track of just health things, doctor's appointments, anything I want to track. I've been having nosebleeds lately, so it's a good spot to sort of track when I'm having them, how often. But I really like keeping or just jotting down things in here for the week. And then I have a little tracker on this side page, and I check off each day what I managed to get done. And then I can take this info and put those little colorful dot stickers in my Hobonichi cousin. So I'm really liking my system at the moment. I feel like I've simplified quite a bit, but it means that I can keep up with it. And I do have a couple of other like traveler's notebooks and just basic like undated journals or notebooks that I use for random things, but they're not things that I would be reaching for daily, maybe not even weekly. And so 2 seems to be the magic number for me. I just grab my Hobonichi weeks almost every day while I'm in here working, and I make notes of things. I keep track of what appointments anyone has going on, when James has soccer, just work and life things. And then this Hobonichi cousin is just a happy space for me to, I guess, take note of the things that I'm really loving, the things that bring me joy. I take pictures of things that I love, and then I can go back and flip through and see what's going on in life. So I print off little pictures with my Canon Ivy. I have stuff that I've screenshot from Instagram. I have bits and pieces from Courtney Diaz, her Patreon, monthly collage sheets. I've got some from Erin Ware Journals, who's also on Patreon. And then I also take a lot of images from Pinterest and bits and pieces from shipments or packages that I received. I got this not so long ago from Miso Paper. And so I put the little sticker that was on the package. This is a really nice metal notebook that you can keep your stickers in. And then there's also sticker release paper. So anything you want to just stick down, you can put here and then pull it out. It's really nice. And then there's this little page with an elastic so you can keep it shut. So that's what's been going on in my little creative corner over here with my journals and planners, and it's really been working for me. Let's talk about some dream knitting, because I've been dreaming about sweaters for quite a few months, and in the last month or 2 I've found a couple more to add to the list. The first one is the Turtle Dove cardigan. It's a design by Melissa Clulo from Sandra Yarn, and I've seen the Turtle Dove pullover or sweater before. I was very familiar with that. I did not realize that there was a cardigan version, and I think it's also a free download, and it's beautiful. I found this pattern online while I was scrolling through Instagram one night. I fell in love with it. I went to the Sandra Yarns website. I found that they had kits. I found the most perfect color choice for me, and I purchased it. And then, funny story, the very next day, I was in my booth at the Kawartha Yarn and Fiber Festival, and a very lovely lady came in to shop, and she was wearing the Turtle Dove cardigan in a kind of similar color, but not the exact same one. And I just knew that I had to make it. This is my color choice, and I'm obsessed with it. Purple and mauves are my absolute favorite colors. I think greens might be a close second, but this kit came with 2 skeins of the fingering weight. The base is called Sunday Morning 4-ply, which is a BFL Masham, and this color is Mani Petty. It's perfect. And then it came with 4 skeins of this lace weight yarn in the color Mauvelous. I think it's going to be perfect. I'm sure I will wear this cardigan over and over again. Yesterday, Andrea Mowry released her new sweater design, which I think is probably going to be the one that tons of people will knit and wear to Rhinebeck, and then she does a meetup up on the hill. I will not be going to Rhinebeck this year, but this sweater is so gorgeous. I immediately purchased the pattern and I went stash diving, and I think I found the perfect yarns to make the ooey gooey sweater. It looks like the perfect silhouette with a really nice, bold contrast colorwork section at the top and at the cuffs. And I knew I had this particular yarn in my stash. I've had it for years. It was a gift from my friend Annie, I think for Christmas one year. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't think she dyes yarn anymore, but it's Annie Perrin. The base is Melrose, which is a DK weight, and it's superwash merino cashmere. It's so beautiful. This color is Marjorie, and I love it. Then I went looking for a contrast color, and I think I found the perfect one. It's a little bit blown out here, but it is a gorgeous robin's egg color from Chelsea Yarns. It's just the softest mint, so pretty. Also DK weight, and I think it would be perfect with this yarn. So that's going to be my ooey gooey sweater this fall. I'm not sure which one I'm going to knit first. I think I'm going to finish my Ranunculus and then just see how I feel and pick the next one. I was also watching my friends Sue and Chelsea from Legacy Fiber Arts in one of their recent podcasts on YouTube, and Sue shared a pair of socks she was making with this yarn, and I fell in love with it. It is one of their sock sets in the color Tie-Dye Day, and she was making a pair of crunkled socks by Kay Jones, and I think I might actually make that sock. I'm not too sure. I've been doing a lot of vanilla socks, which I love, but her sock is so beautiful. This colorway is stunning. And I got it in the Cozy Toes base. I just thought it would be a really nice change from my usual to have a little bit of cashmere in my socks, and I think it's so pretty. This mini is also perfection. So I'm excited about that. And then my last yarn purchase was from my friend Emma's shop in Ireland. She is Woolly Mammoth Fibers, and she was having a summer sale, and I really wanted to take advantage. And I've been thinking about making a pressed flowers kerchief. I wanted to make the pressed flowers shawl a few years ago. I had yarn picked out. I think I got everything ready. But then I just felt a little overwhelmed. I don't know if that would be the most enjoyable project, especially on that scale. And I know that the pressed flowers has a sweater or a cardigan and a hat, but now they also have a kerchief. And I love the idea of a little neckerchief or kerchief to wear. And so I ordered these two beautiful colors of her Hearth DK. This one is in the color Wildflower. And then this one is Warm Lilac. And I think this is going to be the main color, and this will be the flowers. And then on the reverse, you'll see a lot more of this color. I think it's going to be a really beautiful project. And I think it might be my birthday cast on. I really like to cast something on in September for a little treat for my birthday, and I think that's going to be the one. Speaking of summer sales, I am currently having a sale in my shop as well. as a little thank you to everyone for all of your support this year. It has meant so much to me, especially while there have been so many questions about tariffs and life has just been so unpredictable for so many people. But I'm having a 20% off sale on everything in the shop with one exclusion, which is the rose gold leather. I am just going to be adding the rose gold in the shop later today. It should be there by the time this video goes up. That is the only thing not on sale, but if you use the code SUMMERSALE20, you can get 20% off at checkout on everything else, which includes aprons, small project bags. I don't think I have any more large project bags at the moment, but all of the leather pieces, including some carryalls, some large totes, bunny bags, just everything in the shop, 20% off. That is going to be valid until Sunday night, I think at midnight. And it's just my way of saying thank you. And I hope that if there is something that you've been wanting, that you will take advantage of this sale. I'm also trying to make a little bit of room for some new stuff that will be coming soon. And I'm really excited. I'm not trying to rush summer, but I am definitely excited about late summer and fall. So I think that covers a little bit of my shop news. Oh, I did also want to mention, because leather is such a commitment and it's very expensive, I'm not always able to have a wide variety of colors in the shop anymore. There are some new leather minimums when it comes to ordering. And so I am trying to focus on one or two colors at a time to restock. And if there are any leather colors that you are looking for, particularly for a larger bag, just send me an email and I'm keeping a little list somewhere. And when I have a few requests for the same color, I'm going to try to make that the color of the moment. And so last month I posted the rose gold leather. I took special requests or special orders for some pieces, and I have a few other pieces that I'll be adding to the shop today. And I think in August I'm going to pick another one or two colors. One of them might be the new dark brown because it was so loved and it sold out very quickly. But if there is another color that you are looking for the fall or winter, just let me know. And I'm going to try to do like either every month or every 2 months, do like a feature color with some special orders, and then I'll add the rest of the items into the shop. And hopefully that will keep me covered. So I'm constantly rotating the colors in the shop, but I'm not hanging on to too many leather pieces in my inventory. And speaking of the rose gold, I thought I would share, because it's been a really long time since I've been able to get my hands on rose gold leather. And so I'm adding some of the rose gold bunny bags into the shop. This one is mine. I've got, what do I even have in here? I have my On the Sea Train hat that I started last year. It's really pretty. But I've also got some of the small zip pouches with the wristlet. I'm not sure if I've ever had those in the rose gold before. I've also got the brand new medium zip pouch with the wristlet as well, which is great if you want to carry your phone and a couple of little things in it. I've got a few carry-all bags, which is currently one of my favorite bags, and I don't know if I've ever done them in rose gold before. I thought it would be fun to have a couple. So those will be in the shop. And one last large tote, which is a super fun piece. The other pieces have all been snatched up with special orders, but those will be in the shop today. I think that covers just about everything I wanted to share with you today. I'm sure I'll remember something else later tonight or tomorrow, but I'm going to wrap things up with a little bit about a giveaway. I reached a pretty big milestone here on YouTube a couple of months ago that I never thought I would. And as a way of saying thank you for being here and thank you for all of your support, I'm going to draw 2 winners from the comments down below. I'll pull together a couple of prizes. I'm thinking they will each include a project bag, maybe a skein of yarn, and some other little goodies that I'm going to pull together. So please leave a comment down below, maybe just letting me know what you are finding joy in this summer, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be knitting. It could be absolutely anything at all. Please just leave me a comment down below. Make sure you are a subscriber because I think we're going to check that. James is going to help me pull it all together, and in about a week or 2, let's say 2 weeks, I will draw 2 winners and I'll reach out to let you know if you won. I'm also planning on being back here for the first couple of weeks in August, so hopefully by then I will have my ranunculus done. Maybe I will have a new sweater started. I will have lots and lots of good things to share with you for the first couple of weeks in August. Until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the month. I hope you are enjoying some slower days, some beautiful weather, lots of things on your needles or in your lap to read or to make. And I will see you next time.